Hey leaders, how you doing? It has been a morning for me. Sorry, I just got done fighting with my daughter, who did tell me she was sitting there not on her Zoom all morning when she could have come in and told me, asked me for help. Woo, I need to breathe. What a chaotic morning. How's everyone doing? I hope I'm in Road to Executive. If you are here, drop some hearts, drop some love, let me know in the comments. You guys know it's my worst fear that I go live in the wrong group, because it's not an irrational fear, it's something I've actually done several times. And when you're juggling 80 million things, it happens. So let me know. I hope I'm in the right group, because I cannot see comments anywhere. All right, so we are going to talk today about boundaries, onboarding, new stylists, and group chats. So I had a really good, and I have this conversation with a lot of my leaders at some point. Hi, Rochelle, thank you. I'm so glad Chelsea brought it up to my attention, because it is going to drain you and it is going to burn you out. So we have got to talk about boundaries and what your role is as a leader, okay? Please, if you don't take anything else away from this Road to Executive group, please take this as a takeaway, okay? If you don't do anything else that we talk about, well, besides parties and these things, these tips that I'm going to tell you now are going to change your business, and they're going to change your perspective. So let me say this, and I say this a lot, I'm going to reiterate it. It is not your job to provide answers for everyone, okay? It is not your job to be everything for everyone. It is your job to onboard them properly initially. It is your job to teach them where the resources are. It is your job to show them where the resources are. Guess what? It is not your job to show them 80 times where the resources are. It is not your job to answer every question in a group chat. It is not your job to moderate a group chat where people are ding, 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 ding. Happy birthday, how's this? Oh, how do you find this? Oh, do you have any graphics for this? No, that is not what it means to lead properly, okay? So being a good leader is, the bigger your team gets, the more boundaries you're gonna have, and you will have to be firm with your boundaries, okay? So I love that Chelsea and a few other people mentioned that they really want to onboard some new stylists, and I have had the same issue. But their new stylists haven't been able to make time for the onboarding Zoom. Hopefully you guys have all watched my onboarding Zoom that is in Boss Nail Babes. That's okay. Guess what, guys? A lot of people start this business working a full-time job. A lot of them have really young children. I know that a lot of my stylists can't just be like, yep, I'll be on at 2 on a Zoom. Like, they could have a screaming baby. They could be all over the place. That's fine. So initially what I suggest is for you to do, if you can't one-on-one Zoom with them to get them started and walk them through it. Now remember, I always record them. When I do a one-on-one Zoom, everything is recorded. I cover everything they need to know. Comp plan summary, jump starts, everything in the VO resource library, policies and procedures, pay portal, commissions, like how to create their I walk them through making their Facebook page. I walk them through making a party link. I show them how to close a party, everything, and I record it for them. Now, not everybody can meet live, and the busier you get and the bigger of a leader you get, you may not always be able to jump on live with people all the time. It just doesn't work in your schedule. So make one, get on a Zoom with no one, okay, get on your computer Zoom, do a good one, record it once, save it to YouTube. This way, if people are busy or they can't make time to meet with you to do an onboarding Zoom, you can send them the recording, all right? So here's where we want to talk about boundaries. Everybody's like, oh, I need help, I need resources, I need answers. New stylists want all the answers. I get it. Here's the thing. Color Street has a built-in training system. It's called the app videos, okay? The app videos literally take them through everything. The app videos are gold, and they need to be your #1 resource for onboarding, all right? #1, app videos. So if it takes them 2 weeks to watch the app videos, that's okay. Do it on their time. There's no rush. There's no hurry. They have got to watch the app training videos, all of them. Because you know what I get? I get a lot of people where I'm like, okay, make your way through the app training videos. Let me know when you're done with them. And then I have a girl, she's like, oh my God, how do I run a nail bar? What is a nail bar? And I'm like, have you watched the app? Well, no. But like, so they want me to just, treat them like a baby bird and give them all the answers instead of them doing the work to get there. And they would have found out the answers anyways. So mama, don't play that. App videos need to be your #1 resource for training. Refer them back to the app training videos, okay? It has got to be #1. 2, if they can't meet with you for a one-on-one Zoom, record it. Send them the recording. Have them, contact you afterwards if they have any questions. They are not allowed to ask me questions if it's something I already covered on the onboarding Zoom video, or if it's something that they can find in the app videos, okay? Again, our time is very valuable. It is our job to show them the resources. It is not our job to hold hands like a child. There is a big difference, you guys. And what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of hand holding and treating people like babies and babying, and that's not what we need to do, okay? You will get burnt out doing this. You will get burnt out when you have enrolled 109 people in a year, or when you have a team of 50 people. You cannot be everything to everyone. So 1, app trainings. 2, record it for them. Do you know how many people they're like, so like, I don't get it. Like, I'm supposed to do like a party link for my link. And I'm like, oh yeah, girl, go back and watch the recording. I sent it to you. You have it. It's right there, sis. Let me know when you've watched it and you've got your link set up. Because I walk them through, I create a link for them on the video. I know they just haven't watched the video. And oftentimes in my chat, I get new stylists that are like, hey, how do I do this? How do I do this? Do I need to have a private group or a public group? And I'm like, oh, it's in the video I sent you. You know, about 3/4 of the way through. You can just rewatch that video as many times as you need until you get it. I'm very nice about it, you guys. I'm not rude. I am direct. I have firm boundaries. I have provided them with all the resources that I know that they need to answer these questions. So if I've already provided them with the resources for these questions, I'm going to refer them back to the app training videos, which I told them to finish, and my onboarding video, which I cover every single thing else that they need to basically get started, okay? So do not let people treat your time as if it's not more important than, if it's less important than their time. Do you see what I'm saying? They need to watch the whole video. I've had stylists go through and watch that video 8 times. Whatever they need to do, I have provided it to them as a resource. It is not my job to be their stand-in with every question that they have. Next. Group chats can be your best friend or they can be your worst nightmare. Set office hours for your group chat. You need to set expectations of your chat group now. If you haven't already done this, it's not too late to do this. Go into a Word document or into the notes on your phone. Create rules for your group chat. It's your group chat, you guys. You make up the rules. People are not entitled to be in your group chat. You run it. If it's for your training and for your team, you make the rules. You decide what is allowed and what is not allowed in that group chat. And you definitely need to have rules. You have to, or it'll be willy-nilly. So first and foremost, have office hours for your group chat. I'm in my idea with my group chat with my newbies from like, I'm up at like 5:30 a.m. till usually about 10 a.m. That's it. That's when they have me. They know, and when I introduce or welcome somebody new into my group chat, I go over this list of expectations every time. I repost it every time so that there's no confusion, so that they don't think I'm mean when I'm not answering. There's nothing. Like I enter them in and we cover the rules. And if you guys are coming up with expectations now for your chat, just let them know. What you're doing needs to be duplicatable. Nobody's going to want to be a team leader or an executive or a director if you're in your chat 18 hours a day answering questions. You need to encourage people to want to do this, okay? So I set office hours for my chat. They know they can ask a question of me at any time, but there is no such thing as a nail emergency. There's nothing they need to call me with. There's nothing they need to private message me with. There's nothing that can't wait until the next morning. Zero. Literally, nothing about Color Street is life or death. Zero. It might seem important to you. It's not life or death. It's not an emergency. It can wait until I get in there the next morning to handle questions. Then I have a list, okay? So not only do I tell them of my office hours and that they can ask questions, but this is when I'm in there answering questions. I also make sure it's clear that new stylists are not to be answering other people's questions. I know, and I'm nice about it. I'm like, I know you're just so eager to help, and it might feel weird that a question is in there just waiting, for me to answer it the next morning. It might seem socially awkward. It's not. Just leave it. I'll get to it. But I do ask that new stylists, unless you're a leader or you've onboarded people and you're really familiar with processes, please don't answer other people's questions. Just wait. I promised you, because I do not want the wrong answer being given out. Then I have a list of resources, okay? And I give this to my new stylist the second I add them into a group chat. And these are my expectations. And I say, hey, a group chat is for us. It's mostly for me to share information with you. If there's something big coming up or something I need to get out to you guys, it's easier for me to do in a group format. It's for us to build relationships with other team members, not for you to do it here in the chat, but for you guys to see who each other are, and then you can add each other's pages on your own. This is not social hour. Chat is not a social place. This is for information only. It is for Color Street only. Okay, so the chat is not for happy birthdays. The chat is not for sharing baby pictures or puppy pictures. You all can do that on each other's pages, okay? I encourage you to add into one another's VIP groups. I encourage you to have private chats with people that you connect with or you find relatable. This is a group chat. We're not going to trap everybody in that, okay? This is only for need to know information that is pertinent to Color Street. And here's the deal. You can ask a question in the group chat if you have checked off all these, I think it's 6. Let me think. I have to write it down. All 6 questions. Okay, so before you ask a question in the group chat, I ask that you have done these things. 1, have you finished all the app training videos and have you looked for your answer in the app training videos? Number 1. Again, I'm going back because I get asked so many questions. Just the other day, hey, can you add me into one of your nail bars? I don't really understand how nail bars work. In the group chat, I'm like, okay, have you finished the app training videos? Have you finished the nail bar section? Well, no. Okay, sister, we'll go back. We'll revisit this when you've done those videos. I'm really nice about it. There is a process here that they need to do. App training videos. 1, have you looked? Have you finished them? 2, did you look in a lot of times it's probably in my onboarding Zoom training that I've sent to them. It's a recording. I just got asked another one, like, hey, so do I set up a party link for people to shop? Oh yeah, sister, it's in that. And I get asked this all the time. They're like, oh, well, I only made it 3/4 of the way through that video. Okay, well, go back and rewatch it and I cover that. Again, I could easily answer their question, but why do I want to set that precedent when they have the resources at their disposal and they're just not using it? So have you looked in the app training videos? Have you watched the whole onboarding Zoom? And watch it a couple times if they don't understand the process. It's a recording for them. That's why I record it for them, so they can rewatch it. 3, have you checked your VO resource library? Have you looked in the VO for it? Oftentimes, most questions I get asked is either in the app trainings, in the onboarding recording I send them, or it's something they can find in their VO, okay? And so if it's not in those first 2, and I know it's in the VO, I'm like, it's in your VO, sister. Remember, we covered that in your video. So I'll, again, go back to the onboarding video I sent them because I walk through everything in that resource library. If they ask me a policy question, do you think I need to answer them? No. I showed them where the policies and procedures are. I'm not the policy police. I would have to go through, I don't have 12 pages memorized. I would have to go through and read it just like they would. So they can read the policies. You know what I'm saying? If they ask about jump starts, well, that's covered in the app training videos, and I cover it in our onboarding video, and it's in the VO resource library, okay? You see what I'm saying here? So instead of giving them the answers, I could easily give them the answer. I know the answer to not everything, but a lot of things in Color Street. But what they're doing is not using their resources, not learning where to find the answers, and using the group chat because it's quicker and easier. Do not allow this. You guys, do not. You have got to set firm boundaries and you have to stick to it. Now, you can be nice about it. You can deflect. I would just say, hey, sister, that's in your VO resource library. We went over it in like the last half of the onboarding Zoom video. I'm sure you can find it in there if you rewatch it. I'm really nice. I tell them where to find the answer. So app training videos, onboarding Zoom recording, have you looked in the VO resource library? Next resource, have you keyword searched it? This is a big one. In my onboarding video training that I send to them, I show them how to keyword search. People do not know how to do this initially, so I show them. I'm like, hey, so let's say that you're a new stylist and you really want a French manicure application video. What would you do to find it? And they're always like, I don't know, ask you. I'm like, no, you can find this on your own. You don't need to ask me. Let me show you. Here, you're in my VIP group. Type in French manicure application. Type in French manicure. Here, we can go to Dream Street team, and you can go to the graphics groups. This is how you keyword search. Here's Boss Nail Babes. Here's all the resources in Boss Nail Babes. You can keyword search. Let's say you want to know about how to remove Color Street. What would you do? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, girl, there's graphics. Let me show you these cool graphics on Pinterest. In the graphics groups, you can keyword search my VIP. So in that onboarding Zoom call I do with them, I also show them how to keyword search. So I got asked a question the other day by someone, and it was like, hey, Ash, real quick, which is my pet peeve, can I use Color Street regular sets on my toes? Now, I could have just answered in the group chat, absolutely, it's really common, blah, blah, but I knew by her question she had not keyword searched it yet. So instead, I said, hey, babe, did you keyword search it in my VIP group? Because I knew I've posted videos, I posted a lot of content where she can learn the answer to that question. And her answer was, oh, no, not yet. So you bet your ass she went back and redid the work and learned that she can find the answer to almost all of her questions. Okay, so people might think I'm being mean. I'm not. I'm just teaching people how to be leaders. And what I'm doing is saving myself a whole lot of heartache, and I'm also finding out the people on my team that are worth growing, that are worth they're willing to put in the work to find the resources. Because I do not want to grow someone that is going to be constantly dependent on me, that cannot or will not be willing to put in the work. Okay? So teach them how to keyword search. Very, very easy. Chelsea, if you don't have it in your video, you can just do a little snippet. A lot of these things that I teach, I have saved as like small 2 or 3 minute YouTube videos, and you can teach it to your group now. So I've even taught them, you guys, how to go through and it's in Boss Nail Babes. You guys can share this video with them too. How to keyword search in a group chat. They're asking me questions that we already covered in the chat. Y'all go up to the top here. I'm going to show you how to keyword search in a group chat. If it's already been discussed in this group chat, I'm not discussing it again. You can keyword search up above. So I even show them how to do that, okay? And so I do not allow, and then after that, the other things are, have you YouTubed it? Have you YouTubed? Because I even get leaders that come to me on a coaching call and they're like, I just can't book any parties. And I'm like, all right, well, there's like 973 videos on YouTube. Like, why are you on this coaching? Why do you want to be on a coaching call with me, having me do the work for you when you could go on YouTube? Like, it's almost kind of disrespectful of my time. So, have you YouTubed it? And then lastly, have you Googled it? Have you Googled it? You're going to get asked questions like, well, my Facebook won't do this. Well, I can't figure out Zoom. Guess what, you guys? We are not there to be the teachers of Facebook. We are not there to be the teachers of Zoom. That is not my job. That is Google's job, or Facebook's job, or Zoom support help's job, okay? Don't let them put that monkey on your desk. So this is a saying where like everybody carries around a monkey on their back. You know, like that's your burden to carry. Like those are your life problems. Do not allow someone to walk into your office, your group chat, whatever, and this monkey's heavy. I'm gonna take this monkey out. There you go. Now you have my monkey. Fix my problem. No, sister. You take that monkey and you put it right nicely. You put it right back on their back. Oh, you know what? I'm just definitely not a Facebook expert. For things like that, I would probably YouTube it or Google search it. Let me know if you find the answer. I am not here. I'm here to talk about Color Street. I'm a Color Street leader. I'm not a Facebook leader. I'm not a Zoom leader. Okay, so those kind of things, I don't let them put that monkey on my back. I'll tell them like what I might do or how to find some resources, but at the end of the day, that is not my issue, okay? So have you YouTubed it? Have you Googled it? All right? So if people have done all these things, app, training videos, onboarding video, VO resource library, if they've keyword searched, if they've YouTubed, and if they've Googled it, do you know how many questions actually need to be asked? Very few. Very, very few. And good ones. The ones, if they've gone through that process, the questions they do ask, good. Hey, I set up my first party, blah, blah, blah. I'm debating whether to do this as a first post or this. What do you think? Cool. I like that question. That's a good question. That's relevant. That's not anything we could cover in this. Let me take a look. Let me share my opinion with you. Those are the kind of questions that should be asked in a group chat. So it's your job to nicely redirect. When you get asked questions that are easily answerable questions, if they just do the work, please, dear God, you guys do not be giving them the answers. Give them where to find the answers. Give them the resources instead. It is not our job to provide everybody all the answers. That's not your job as a leader, okay? We're not a parent of a 2-year-old. That is your job as a parent of a 2-year-old, unfortunately. It's kind of a pain in the ass. That's not our job as leaders of adults. If you do a good enough job onboarding them, you've shown them how to find the answers, redirect them to that process until they get it. Because guess what you're doing? When you give them the answers or you allow someone else in your chat space to give them the answers, you have just now created a culture of dependency. Why would they go find the answers from here on out when they have Sally who's in your group chat? And Sally loves to be helpful. Sally means well. Sally is giving everybody the effing answers. Sally ain't helping your team. Sally is causing your team to be dependent. They're not going to be good leaders. They're not going to know how to onboard. They're not going to know how to deal with an issue when it comes up because they're used to Sally in the group chat giving them all the answers. And what happens is that everybody's in that group chat. Happy birthday. Oh, who has graphics for launch tomorrow? Does anybody have any good 80s graphics? No, girl. Go search. Boss Nail Babes has them. Graphics groups have them. We've talked about Canva. No. Nope. Don't be lazy. Okay? You can go search those if you want to. And I also teach my people to utilize Boss Nail Babes. My chat is so I can push information out. And if everybody's sharing 80s graphics there, why? Like, we have Boss Nail Babes. There's albums. There's a wall. Teach your people to use Boss Nail Babes so the chat is really not like ding, 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 ding all day long. Because you'll get people that check out of your chat because they work a full-time job and they have kids and they can't find the information that they need from you in their chat because people are using it a way that they shouldn't be using it. All right? So have firm boundaries and stick to them. You guys have got to turn off your notifications. If you're going to have office hours in your chat, please do God have office hours that work for you. You have to stick to them. It's just like if you have children sleep training a child or having a crate training a dog. If you're going to teach them that you're only available from 5 to 10, you cannot get in there and answer something at 2 p.m. because that just told them not to value your time. That just taught them not to value your office hours. So you have got to keep them, okay? You've got to be firm. Boundaries are going to help you so much as a leader. And think about it. If you weren't wasting all this time giving people answers to things that you know that they can find, think about what you could do. Think about the books you can read, the self-growth you can have, how many more people you could onboard. You could run another opportunity call. You might have time for 3 more parties, okay? You could create your own YouTube channel. You could build your business if you weren't stuck answering questions for people, all right? Also, Marissa said, I'm a Sally. Marissa, don't be a Sally, okay? And honestly, I love the slow play. I'm a huge fan of the slow play. That's why I love office hours. And even if people private message me, if they're asking me a question in a private message that I know they can find the answer to, I'm just busy. I don't have to be available for everybody all day. We all have lives here. I don't expect people to put Color Street first. And so I will slow play. And I don't apologize if it takes me a day or 2 to get back to them. This is my life. The way I lead my life and the way I'm available is up to me. I never make any promises to any onboarding person that I'm going to be available 24 hours a day. That's just not what I do. It's my job to give them resources. It's my job to guide them. That's it. What they do with that is up to them. Their success is not on you. Their success is on them. So you have to keep remembering this. It's not a reflection of you. But if you have Sallys in your group chat that are always jumping in to give other people the answers, pull those people aside. Pull the Sallys aside and be like, hey, sister, I'm really trying to build a group of leaders here. And they have the resources. I promise them. I promise you, I onboarded them the same way I onboarded you. They know how to find these answers. Please do not jump in and chat and give them answers. If you want to tell them where they can find the answer, I'm cool with that. Please do not, if they're asking for a graphic, be like, hey, did you check the graphics groups? Hey, I think I saw it posted in Boss Nail Babes. Could you go and just screenshot it? Is it already in your phone and as a picture? Yes. Could you just share it there easily? Yes. Should you? No. No, you should not. You absolutely should not. Okay, because it's the culture and the dependency that you're creating on that. So if you have a chat and there's some Sallys that just mean well, they're so helpful and they want to help, that's great. They can help in a different way. They can help to pointing to resources or reminding people of those expectations and rules in the group chat. You have to monitor them. You have to stick to them. Boundaries are going to be your best friend. All right, so I get this a lot, you guys. I cover daily, okay? Daily with new stylists. They're asking me questions and I'm rerouting them. Hey girl, oh yeah, it's in the onboarding video. Oh, I saw you didn't do this in your group. Remember, I covered, how to make a post with your image or wording and your link every time. It's in that recording I sent you. Just resending them right back to where they need to go to find those resources. So make sure you set boundaries that work for you, not for everybody else. If all your people, they work 9 to 5, but you're available from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., that's when you're available. You can get to those questions at another time. You don't have to always be available, all right? Nor should you be. What you do should be duplicatable, 100%. And stick to your boundaries. Don't be afraid to be firm. We're dealing with adults here. They know how to find resources, all right? Think about it. Everyone that's in this group knew how to find resources. You would not be here if you were one of those people that was like, I don't know, it's too hard. And there are people out there, like, I tell them, like, hey, this is up to you. As successful as you want to be, the choice is yours, but I'm not going to do the work for you, and I won't. I am not here to do anyone's work. If they want to, and really, I almost see it as like a weeding out process. It sounds harsh, but there are stylists that enroll that expect me to do all the work for them and give them all the answers. I'd rather know that early. I don't want to build people like that. I don't want to grow people like that. But I can really early on identify the people that are go-getters and are resourceful and look for their answers first and are doing their homework. And I'm like, yes, girl. It's not often. Like they're like 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 stylists I enroll. Those are the ones you want to work with. All right. So, remember, group chats, not for personal posts, not for happy birthdays, not for, well, they're just for information. And the information being asked should be stuff that isn't easily found in those 7 things I went through. Create a document that covers these rules. And if people aren't adhering to these rules, you just post that. You don't even have to answer it. You can just post the chat expectation rules as your response. They'll figure it out. They will. And guess what, you guys? Not everybody has to like you either. Not everyone has to be your best friend. It is your job to run an effective team and an effective chat. And that means at times people may be a little butthurt. People may be upset you don't do the work for them. People might be mad you don't give them the answer. Who cares? They're not paying your bills, okay? Your job is to run an effective team. Remember that. An effective team means people that can find their resources. An effective team does not mean you at the top doing all this work for everyone, being the end-all, see-all for everyone. That's not what your job is as a leader, okay? So, I'm going to jump off, you guys. Have a great day. Start setting those boundaries, those firm boundaries and rules. Create a list of expectations. Create an onboarding recorded Zoom that covers all of these things, you guys, and save yourself some time and some heartache. All right, you guys, have a good day.